Hello again, everyone. Reverend Dominic here. It's good to be with you again today. Today is Friday, March 27th, and actually it's 2 weeks now since I've been posting these recordings, first in audio form and then now in video form. And I'll continue to do these as often as possible. And I hope you find them helpful and a way to connect with your church community during this time when we're apart from each other. And today, you should be receiving a notice that I'm pretty excited about, which is that we're going to be worshiping on Sunday morning. Very excited because we haven't been able to do that in the past few weeks. This is online, of course, so don't show up here at the church because nobody will be here. It's just it's an online pre-recorded devotional time with me in the sanctuary. And when I was working on that, and when I was working on the children's sermon in particular for that, I thought it was important to talk to the kids about God's role in all of this. Is God responsible for this pandemic? And there's some interesting history around this. I don't go into the history with the kids, but during other times of epidemics and pandemics and plagues and such things like that throughout history, the church has often said, yep, this is God. This is God's punishment for humanity's sins. This is God cleansing the earth of the worst sinners. It was an awful message, of course, but it's what people were told. And you know what? They're still being told that today in some of the more conservative Christian circles today. So we try here at our church to put out a message of comfort and hope. There are many conservative pastors out there who are saying that this is God's punishment against the gay and lesbian community, against environmentalists, against anyone who does not believe in Jesus Christ as the Messiah. And yes, Jews are named, Muslims are named. It's just awful, toxic stuff that's going out in those circles right now. Of course, this really fuels homophobia, it fuels prejudice, it also fuels racism, which is a growing issue right now, and the Asian community is feeling the brunt of this with name-calling and with bigotry as ignorant people blame them for this pandemic simply and only because they are Asian. Now, to think that all of that is being fueled by so-called Christians is just appalling, I think. To think that anyone would say that God is doing this to encourage bigotry is so far from being Christian, I don't even know where to start. So it's important to lift up a different and I would say more helpful theology, lift up a more helpful image of God, and that's this. God is the source of life, not illness. The power of God is found in God's love that will carry us through this or any other difficult time. God is not to blame for this pandemic. It shouldn't need to be said, but there it is. God is not to blame. Is not to blame for this pandemic. God is forever and always seeking new life and resurrection. That's what the Holy Week and Easter journey is all about. And God is made manifest when we join together, to help one another and support one another, not lash out at each other during times like this. So whether it's to your children or to anybody else, I hope you'll join me in reminding people that this is not God's punishment. This is instead our opportunity to demonstrate that ours is a loving, compassionate, and redemptive God by the way we share our faith with other people right now. So that's my message for today. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, I wish you all the best.